What's up, guys? So as you know, we have the 720 GTR and we've got a exposed carbon fiber body kit that is going on this car. And we have some big issues though. One is that the fit is not perfect. And with exposed carbon, you can't really do anything about that. You can't sand the edges, add stuff to them, refiberglass them, add carbon, whatever, and then make them fit properly without painting that section. The idea behind this kit was that it is all exposed carbon. It is all buffed, polished, clear coated, just perfect looking. And that is not the case, unfortunately. Another issue is that it is covered in these bubble wrap marks. So when they sprayed the clear coat on top of it after they pulled the parts out of the mold, they didn't let it cure long enough before they wrapped it up with bubble wrap to ship it out. That's something that, you know, it's just a time frame thing. They were really rushing to get this kit out the door and put it into a box and ship it over here. There's a lot going on. I mean, we're lucky that Kings is gonna take this on, and hopefully they'll be able to figure out the best route for this. Damon's hopes and dreams were that this body kit that he spent tons of money on was going to be bolt on, put them on the car, everything was gonna fit perfectly. It's already clear coated, it's already polished. So we were planning on doing it here at the HQ, but that is not happening. Damon is going to be here to look at this car and look at the bodywork, and I don't think he's going to be very happy with it. We still have some other pieces over here. We've got, I don't know, there's so many pieces to this kit. So door extensions, rockers, rear quarter panel pieces. There's some stuff here. We got a bunch of stuff in the van, but we're still missing the quarter panels, rear bumper section, diffuser sections. All those parts are currently missing. Dave is trying to figure out where those parts are. The other parts showed up 2 days ago. Those parts, the tracking number's not working. They are not here. He cannot find where those are. That is a huge issue. We're gonna get in the van, we're gonna head over to Kings with the parts that we have right now. We're gonna get their truck and trailer, come back over here, pick up the 720, load it up, load the rest of the parts in the van, take all that stuff back over to them, and then well, we'll have a meeting over there and figure out the best route for this all to work out.
All right guys, today's video is sponsored by Rockform. Guess what? The new iPhone 15 is now available for pre-order, I think. But Rockform, ahead of the game, already has the cases. So if you've ordered the brand new iPhone 15, go to right now to rockform.com/DDE, grab yourself an iPhone 15 case, and get 25% off, even the new stuff, site-wide. Why do I like Rockform? Oh, but Dave, those cases are empty. I hit the 720 part there. Jokes aside, they exceed military drop specifications. You can smash them on the phone. We all use them here at DDE. In fact, you guys use them too. If you haven't, you're insane. The new iPhone's like $1,500 for the 1 terabyte. Case is around $50, plus you get a discount. Really cool accessories, like the vent mount with the magnet, so you're driving to keep yourself safe. But more importantly, it's magnetic, so you can take the best selfies. And I use that all the time. I've got my phone, prove you guys it's not broken. Turn the camera on, see? You guys actually don't believe how good this case is, but I'm telling you, we've been doing this now for 5 years and never lost a phone, never cracked a screen. Here on. You see it? No cracks or bangs or dents. There's no Rockform on that. 25% off site-wide. How much do you guys love your Rockform cases? Where's your phone, Tim? Got a Rockform on it? Rockform. This is Mike's personal phone. This Just a picture of the Earth?
It's the Earth.
No family?
They're inside.
They're on the Earth.
Rockform. Protect your cases like a condom for your phone. You'll get no one pregnant with Rockform.
So when Damon started telling me about this idea of his for the 720 GTR and having this one-off custom all carbon exposed body kit made for the 720, I was a bit skeptical because I've done quite a bit of body kits on race cars, and the only time they fit perfectly is when they are parts from the factory, like parts from Porsche Motorsport. Those parts are very nice, but it's like $7,000 for a fender. So it better fit perfectly, right? And this is, the factory is making these parts. Every single aftermarket kit, no matter how expensive it is, I've never seen one that is perfect. It is so hard to get right. The first molds that are made usually are not right, especially with a kit that's like this. They basically scanned a car, used that scan, designed the body kit around it, had pieces of foam cut out on a CNC machine, and then the molds were made off of those parts. But when those foam parts come out of the CNC machine, they don't have a perfect finish to them. They have a little bit of rough edges, so then it has to get sanded by hand. Body filler gets added to them, they get sanded down, and basically you want to make something that looks like the perfect part out of that foam. And then they can make a mold out of it. But all of the edges and all the return edges and panels where like the front bumper bolts to the fenders, and you have the surface on top and you have those two flanges that fit together. They need to fit together perfectly. There can't be any warping. Any little bit of a taper to it is going to add a gap. If that edge isn't perfect, it's not going to fit right. And because it's all exposed carbon, you can't go back and just fix it. You can't sand it down, add stuff to the corners, add some epoxy, add some whatever, and then sand it all down. You're going to have a panel that just needs to be painted. That may be the direction that we have to go with this kit, but that's up to Damon, because just putting those fenders onto the bumper yesterday and looking at how they fit, there's no way to get those gaps fit properly. It's going to be either not perfect and be exposed carbon. They can line everything up, sand all those things down, add body filler or add carbon and epoxy to it and make it perfect, but then it needs to be painted. What's up?
I think you're a little bit late.
Yeah, schedule at DD is not always on time. It's always late. Right now, we brought a bunch of the parts over, so perfect. I want to unload those, and then we can take the van and your stuff over, pick up the rest of the parts, pick up the car. Let's do it. All right. I get to drive the TRX, so I get to see what all the hype's about. Damon and Dave both love these things. Our buddy Sam Hubinet has one as well. Sounds mean, looks mean. The growl. All right, so we're gonna head back to the HQ. We're gonna load up the 720. We're gonna load up all the other stuff in the van. Mark's gonna drive that back. Got a lot of work ahead of ourselves. Get on the road, let's go. So, you guys get Damon from the airport? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did he see the kit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's disappointed. You can see it in his face. He was told allegedly that this kit is complete bolt-on, and that they would test fit it on a car. And allegedly, in the end, they didn't have time to do that. They said it'd be bolt right on. Like, take it in, get your Phillips screwdriver out.
Yeah.
Maybe a Torx.
Pop it on there.
Pop it on there. Right? So if it's Monday morning, Tuesday morning, you have a car that's done. He was sold a reality that wasn't true. He liked the girly meat that says one thing, right? And then they do another thing. A lot of things. A lot of friends.
What's up?
How are you? You gonna make this body kit fit or what?
Well, we're taking it to the experts.
What do you think, Mark?
I think the kit looks really good laid out.
It looks really good in pieces.
It looked really good on the car. Like, the car looks nasty. Once it's all put together, it's gonna be incredible.
Yesterday, Mike literally threw in the towel on the car. Like, literally threw the towel on the car saying, yeah, I'm not doing this. It's the body shop's job.
The crazy thing is that it's so different. This car is not gonna look anything like the old car. Not gonna look anything like any 720.
No, it is.
It'll look a little bit in the front like the 720 GT3X, because that's what the front end's actually copied from. I was like, hey, can you make me a wide body kit? He goes, I already have one. I go, well, I don't want something everybody else has. He goes, no, we've never made this kit.
Yeah.
It's all off of a scan, and he showed me the render, and I was like, dude, I'm sold. Although his render didn't have something I needed, so I had him added.
Seatbelts.
Actually, the GTR wing.
Oh, okay.
So his render had nothing to do with having a big chassis mounted wing. I was like, I need
Is there another wing coming?
the GTR
Oh my
wing.
gosh.
That's not
And it's the same one as the one that's on the P1 this
So
time.
it has the wing we have here plus one that's gonna go above it?
Yes, so you got well, just like before.
Got it.
The wing he had designed, like almost one-to-one replica of the P1 GTR wing. So it's got the split in the middle where you can see the gap.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a double foil.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like that style, just like on the P1.
Awesome.
So I'm pretty pumped. I'm pretty pumped to see it. Hopefully, we can get all this sorted out and shimmy some stuff around, and IAD can work his magic.
Yeah.
I believe in IAD.
I do too. I mean, we could have been here for a week straight, Tim and I, messing with this thing.
Yeah.
And it would never be as close as
You gotta know when to
a
fold
body
them.
shop's going to be
You
able.
gotta know when to fold them.
Yeah, it's not
They
my
know all their
forte.
tricks. That's their tricks, right?
Yeah, that's what they do.
Bodies all day, panels.
Lining up panels.
When the going gets
Yeah.
tough, just give up. That's what I've always done.
yeah, I mean, it's
When
like,
the
hey,
going gets tough, just give up.
No problem. Like,
Quote, David, Dave DD, quote. I was almost going to say your full proper name there.
Many irons in the fire. We need to get back to Kings. We need to put IAD in the hurt locker. Good cop, bad cop. I love BMW. He doesn't. We'll find some
I have
motivation.
new wheels from AL13 being made for this.
Oh,
I
really?
need to choose a design. Same or different? And the carbon Dimag barrels are going to be repurposed for the new car coming, because they're wide enough and they'll fit.
We have some other hidden secret stuff working on with Mike. He built some cool cars. So you guys, subscribe right now. is wrong with you? Get on it. Things are happening here, with or without you, but preferably with you. This is Futura trailers. What's cool is it lowers down. Brilliant.
Dude, this thing is really sick. Like loading all these supercars and all these race cars with this ramp is so easy.
We're in talks with this company to perhaps do some cool stuff next year, so stay tuned for that. We're gonna need some quick access trailers. Again, being close to go down to Kings, which is 9 miles away. Compared to this, from a time perspective, this makes more sense. Oh, here comes the boss man. You wanna load it up since you're a truck driver?
I'm in, man. These are cool. Can we get one of these?
We're actually in talks with them about next year doing a big thing together.
Like, this thing's sick. I actually have one of these coming.
No way.
Yeah, I got a TRX. I bought Matt August's.
We're all getting TRXs, that's the deal.
So Matt sold me his.
The personal one?
Yeah,
When do you get it?
when I get home. Because it's already sitting there. I'm gonna take the wheels that are currently on it because they're pretty sick. They're forged. He has some forged wheels.
You know how like Avon has the pink Mercedes when you hit a certain point or whatever, or like the pink Cadillac?
Yeah.
DD now, when you guys hit your milestones, you get a TRX lease for 6 months. I don't want to drive this, and I bet you I'll fall in love with it because I think they're sick, and everyone that has one loves it.
Yeah, I just drove it for the
Supercharged.
first time.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
At least it still runs. At least it still runs.
Good old E85, baby.
Sorry about that.
Get out of the street.
All right, so we're strapped up. You guys ready to?
Yeah, but the thing is, the tracking number comes back to nothing. Shipper says I'll talk to the forwarder. The forwarder says I'll talk to customs. Says custom site says I haven't heard anything from the forwarder. So no one knows where these parts are.
So it's like 2 separate shipments. 3.
Yeah, hood is one.
No, it's hood and GTR wing. That's the next shipment.
wing?
Yeah, chassis mounted wing. Massive chassis mounted wing.
Oh, it's together.
That's together.
Where's the
Same
quarter
box.
panels and the fin bullshit?
The roof scoop and the quarter panels are gonna come.
It's a roof scoop?
At the end of the month. Yeah, it's a roof scoop. It's also functional.
What?
Yeah, you'll have to figure that one out. All right, let's go. Let's go down. All right.
Communication's a challenge in our relationship. The problem is if they lost these parts, they have to make them again. It took 2 months to make this.
It takes 2 months to make it, and then they got to put it in a box and ship it, like on a boat.
Build cars, they said. Back in the day before FD Champion joined us, we would say, we're building the car. Wrap, wheels, build done. Now it's like, hey, let's go from here to here.
I do get carried away with builds.
No, that's cool. The audience is enjoying it, and when it's done, we'll have some crazy cars.
Yeah.
What I want to do, and it's actually Damon's idea, do a drag racing series where people can challenge DDE hero cars. So, do you think you can beat the 720? And we'll do like a drag racing series. We could bring your cars out and try to beat this. So one thing, this car is fast.
Are you guys still here?
You
thought we were going to IADS.
Why don't you drive? You're the truck driver now.
You want me to drive? I'll get in the 720. I'll drive.
The rear fender and roof scoop aren't even built yet.
What?
What do you have in standstill production? Just a rear fender and roof scoop.
What do you mean?
They're not built yet.
I know. He said 2 weeks. I told you. They'll be here in 2 weeks. And they're not fenders. They're called quarter panels.
I just said that.
The rear quarter panels and the roof scoop will be here at the end of the month.
Well, we get the front of the car done though.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
You can do the doors, chisel the carbon fiber Novitec roof scoop off. These need to be painted.
Oh, he didn't give me that. He just gave me a drawing. Oh, don't show them.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, I didn't know that did that. I thought it was just that thing.
And look at the size of the wing. So the mirror comes off and gets mounted on top of this piece because
and this
it's
gets
what
blended in.
It's because it extends out to
Yeah, to
continue
match-
on the
to
wide
match
body of the
this.
fender.
Yeah.
You guys don't have the renders?
No, all I have is this.
Oh yeah, you know you don't want that. You want this.
I don't have anything.
Hey, Starbucks, it's Dave.
I'm coming back.
Now you get to work your magic for us.
Yeah, we do. A lot of work, though.
That's not what Dave said. Dave said you guys said
Hey,
it was
real quick.
easy.
Yeah?
He said like 3 or 4 days you'll have it done.
Who called Snap-on? This guy has an addiction. It already cost me 12 G's that one day.
Have you had a look at any of this yet?
Yeah, I mean, we looked at it yesterday. Need a lot of wood.
That's a lot. That's crazy.
Full water. Tomorrow morning will be all together?
No. Did you see it when it was all together today in the morning?
No.
This is the
That's
first time you see
crazy.
the kit. Oh man. Okay, so you got two choices.
2 choices. What are my 2 choices?
Okay, so two choices. One of them, if you're looking for a good fitment,
No. I want to be carbon.
that's it. This is the second choice then.
Yeah. It doesn't need to be perfect. Like, I was talking to Tim. Tim's an expert in this, so if you need some advice, he's happy to give it to you.
Perfect.
Probably at a small charge. But Tim was saying if there was time spent putting it together, he said you could probably make it work where it's still carbon. It just, you know, the gaps won't all be great. And I was like, yeah, I kind of expected that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, there's a point where if it looks stupid, then we're gonna be like, okay, well, how do we fix that? The kit that we ended up having put on the Huracan is probably worse than this.
Oh, yeah.
It looks fine on the Huracan. This is already super sick. I think, you know,
No,
if,
the
like,
kit is
if
amazing.
it's fairly close, not perfect, but like good enough, and we can keep this all exposed and we can sand this and make it look nice, like the way it was supposed to look, this is gonna look 1,000 times crazier
Absolutely.
than if we start hacking it up and trying to make it look perfect, but then it's like, you know, what's perfect? I think that's what we need to define. Like, can we get it to where it's gonna look okay, you think?
I mean, for sure.
We'll
it's
know
gonna
as
be-
we start.
I mean, it's gonna be better. 90%, the fitment is gonna be good.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for gaps, you know what I mean?
Nah, I'm not worried
That's
about
the
that.
problem is we're gonna have. But as far to mount the kit, to make sure everything is level, everything works, yeah, we can do that. No problem.
You don't know until you get into it, and then you go, oh, you know, the front end was fine, but to really make these pieces work on the car, we do need to start
That's
painting
kind
and
of what
bonding.
we were thinking, because there are some stuff like the headlight buckets that I'm not sure how well they're going to fit. They might need some work. So maybe this
They might need
gets
to be
painted
trimmed.
black. But like worst case, you can do some parts that do get painted to match the door color.
Yeah.
And maybe the inside.
What was wrong with these?
Well, they just don't fit. So the way that the lights go in,
Yeah.
they don't fit.
So maybe it just needs a bit of trimming.
It does. So, but there's a certain point to where, like, if you have to take off material off of sections, it might need to get painted. It might also be able to get fitted together.
Or sometime, like, you need to build up more material too
Yeah.
to fill up the gaps.
Yeah. And then the same thing with the door extensions.
Yes.
Like we were looking at yesterday, there's a huge gap on this. Where it connects to the body here, there was like an inch gap of where it goes. But if this gets fixed and painted black on the inside, you'll never notice it, right? You're only
Right.
going to see the outside.
Right.
So yeah, there's probably a lot of things where you can get
Massage
painted.
it?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to add spacers too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we'll figure it out.
They just add more spacers.
There you go. Like the Murcielago.
Yeah, the
Take the control.
shims and shims and shims.
That's how we have to build them.
Well, I'm hoping that we can make some magic happen with this car and keep it exposed carbon, and then we continue on with more bad ideas.
Sounds like a
Because
plan.
I have another kit for my Murcielago, and then I have the kit that we'll eventually get for the F12, and then we'll have a kit for the car after that.
Oh,
Right? It's supposed to look good.
yeah.
That's my call.
There you go. Okay. Oh, look at mine. Oh, look at mine. Look at mine. Look at mine. Oh, you show
nice
it?
cover.
Show that? How crazy that looks. I feel like there's a rear bumper that goes on, and then that goes on attached to the bumper or something.
This is the bumper though.
No, I mean like there's a bumper cover that probably goes over that. That's in carbon. That's not here yet.
No, I think this is the finished top piece because otherwise, like, here's how it fits right on the bottom of the car.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you're way to the left. So
well, I'm just saying, like, as far as the height goes, this is,
That's the bumper.
that's the
audition
bumper.
for a job here at King's isn't going so well right now, Mike.
The bumper. So you can see a little piece of the rear camera.
Oh, it is. Okay.
So they build a new bumper for it.
Maybe, it depends on how far it sticks out. I don't know.
Right, Damon and I are going back and forth on all the small issues. The biggest challenge right now is we're missing parts in shipping. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. We want to mock up the back of the car. It sounds like the back bumper won't fit either. There's gonna be a lot of modifying to do on this car. But I've seen the renders, it does look crazy, it will get done. It's just at what level of fitment and by when is the biggest issue. Damon made a commitment excitement to have this car at SEMA, which I thought would be a 3-day build. We don't even have parts built yet. Like the quarter panel's aren't even made yet.
As I expected, it is going to take quite a bit of work to get this thing fitted up. I'm glad that we are over at King's and they are going to take care of it for us because it is a very big project. It's really going to come down to their expertise to get this all to fit together properly. Like I said before, it is carbon fiber, it is exposed weave. We don't want to paint it, so there's gonna be a lot of just really tedious stuff of just shifting panels around by a millimeter to get it all to line up as best as they can. And then we're gonna have to make the decision, is it good enough or do we have to paint the whole thing to get it perfect?
Okay, so we're gonna assemble the rear diffuser. I'm trying to figure out what we're missing right now when I make a claim to the insurance company through the shipper, what parts specifically are missing. So Tim's gonna assemble the rear diffuser. It's massive. It's comprised of obviously what you see here, as well as these two fins and the connector in the middle, making a very wide and aggressive rear end. And for you guys, I want to show you just what the back will look like minus chassis mounted wing. Even this wing, which will be fixed, is f***ing massive. So we're gonna try to put this together. It's like a puzzle for Tim. Tim, you like puzzles?
I am currently figuring out how this rear diffuser goes together. I did it wrong already the first time, but you know, that's part of learning in life or so. Dave is here to supervise me now. I gotta take it serious, you know?
So in theory, that should pop over the bumper bar here.
Well, I don't know how they designed it, so I don't know if they designed it with the bumper bar. I also don't know how the wing is going to get mounted, probably over here, which means this might have to get cut and modified.
Right.
Until we have the parts.
You're good at that, though. You built one for my Squadra Corsa.
Somewhere around there. I mean, it's going to look sick.
Well, it sits a little low. Oh my god.
That's touching the bottom of the car.
Good luck with that.
Careful coming down the driveway.
It's gonna be a lowrider. Take it to the lowrider shows.
Is there a lift in the rear?
Lift? No. No. Is there a 4-wheel lift in this car? No. That's a 675 LT did that. Yep, the 675 LT has a 4-corner lift.
That makes sense since it's got hydraulic controls all the way around. Why not? Yeah. Coated in.
Maybe it does.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for taking on my bad project.
Damn it! Do it again.
Oh, you got him.
Oh, we still need to borrow your truck for a little
So
bit.
quick.
Just a little bit. We just have to put a PFS in back.
What is?
We'll be back in like 20 minutes. That's
what time do you leave?
Line.
We leave at 5.
There's no way that we're going to get back.
Finger like this. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Hey!
I got it.
It feels like you can get the job done. It's just going to be a bunch of around. I don't know where the hood is. I don't know where the roof scoop is. The quarter panels aren't even made yet, so it's gonna be a bit of a journey. The issue we had is I didn't realize that those things weren't even made yet. I was trying to rush and get this done, but it's in good hands. Next update will be actually things bolted on the car, and hopefully have this wrapped up in the next 14 days. And then Damon has a livery for it, using our brand new Innosatech pink livery for that car. I'm not sure if he's doing the exact same as the Lark he had on before or different. That's a question for Damon. Challenge we haven't really thought of until now is if we have to paint the doors and then re-clear the kit, it needs 15 to 20 days to off-gas before we can wrap it. And that car needs to be at SEMA at the end of October. So we have basically 6 weeks, 5 weeks really. So he needs to paint it immediately. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge for King's Auto Body Shop here in Huntington Beach, California. He also loves BMWs. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Even spines.
Came to ask Formula Drift Champ, as you know, Michael Essa, some tough questions about the 720 GTR build. How do we get this kit to fit? Like my heart's broken and like a little piece of it's like missing right now because my 720 GTR is not doing so well.
Well, let's get in the van and
Let's talk about it while we drive.
Yeah.
Change those out. I apparently can't catch for CGT keys. How far out of alignment is the carbon headlight sockets. Not from fitting the headlights, but from actually fitting in the bumper.
I honestly took a very quick look at it and it needed some trimming, but I didn't start trimming. There's probably 10 hours of cutting, grinding, and fitting between getting the headlights and the turn signal light to fit in there and then get those buckets to fit into that bumper. The fenders to the bumper, like those connection points are decent in some areas and not great in others. So the main part on the top is pretty close, but then as it wraps down around the wheel well on the sides, like it gets that flange on the sides, that section there, the fender is like straight and the bumper is angled. So there's a big step between it. So they're not both lined up on the sides. And that's kind of one of my biggest concerns because the top is fairly, like you can kind of push it and get it to fit, but the sides, the way that those flanges are built, it's like 3 corners all coming together. So there's no way you can move that without cutting it and grinding it.
So it's just, that actually just doesn't fit.
Correct. Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yes. It's not just like the seams are a little bit off or a little bit higher or lower. It is quite a big difference there. And that's the only part that we've really fit together except for problems. Yeah. The rear, behind the rear quarter panels, behind the rear wheels that connects to the diffuser.
Yeah.
Those side panels, there's 3 pieces that fit together. It's like that triangle in the middle. There's a panel on the other panel. And the holes that are drilled in them are so far off.
Really?
They're so far off.
Lunch was delicious. I feel great. My sodium intake is through the roof.
Tim,
Sorry.
you drive like this? This is crazy.
I'm a lot shorter than you are.
My gosh. Airbag go off or broke my neck. All right, back to the shop. Oh, this guy.
He was thinking about it.
He looked at my eyes and realized I'm a hitter. Wow. He was like, oh, it's the Caravan GT, it's the DD boys. 0 given. Just drive by, boom. Give him a little love tap. Rubbin's racing, buddy. He's like, you're in a parking lot. Rubbin's racing.
If you don't go for a gap, you are no longer a racing driver.
Right? Exactly.
Yep.
There's a gap. Gotcha.
There we go.
Mike's hanging
that's
on.
number 1.
Right?
How you feeling there, Mike?
I'm a very good backseat driver.
Yeah, his wife was telling us all about that.
I like to be in control.
Why do these tires squeal so much?
We have arrived.
We have arrived.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I wonder what our neighbors think of us.
Did you
Oh,
see
this
that
dog
guy?
definitely thinks I'm a Evo 2. We take this to Willow Springs.
Yeah.
Grid Life event.
Yep.
What date?
The
first. The 1st of October. You were saying that there were a few things on this car you wanted to look over. Did you have any concerns with the setup of the car for that track, or are we gonna run it like this?
We'll run it like this. I don't want to change the setup on it. Yeah, we gave it a look over yesterday when we had all the panels and everything off.
It's pretty bulletproof.
It's been pretty solid.
Yeah. Out of all the race cars you've seen that are kind of like, someone buys them and then as far as like low maintenance, this is pretty good.
This is like, I mean, honestly, on par with like Porsche Cup car stuff that we have dealt with a lot. Yeah. Now you get home built race cars and those ones like rattly, like falling apart. You're always going through it, but the Lamborghini did a really good job building this car.
Considering it's got the Lamborghini badge, that's not on the Lamborghini badge. We should get a badge for this thing.
Yeah, we need the sticker, right?
What about,
Oh, the sticker would be cool.
what about a wrap? Should we do a wrap on this?
We should.
It's
The
about
carbon's sick, but when it's on the track, it just looks like a black car,
Yeah.
which is very boring. I'm thinking maybe not like a crazy livery, but let's just do an obnoxious color. What if we just wrap the whole thing in the lark pink? Lark pink, and we'll add some accents and like stuff over top to give it a livery. Like we'll put a big door number, we'll put DD on the door, we'll put a bunch of cool stuff. We'll do obviously our Because race car and all that, but what if we made this thing lark pink? You guys comment below, I wanna know. But this thing needs some form of a livery.
It does need some bright, at least like bare minimum, like some bright accents.
Yeah, I think we need like just to wrap it in lark pink. I have an idea. Maybe all lark pink the next time you see it. We'll have to see if Jason can do it. Thanks guys. Talk to IED, 720 GTR, stressing me out. I can't handle it. All I want is my baby back. All I want is my baby. Although I do have a car coming that, in the meantime, makes me feel better about myself.
Another car.
They still don't know. Another one.
Another car.
DJ Khaled.
Another one. I'm out.